What's good, my people? It's the man Low Key, and today I'm back with another F1 2020 League Racing video. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy watching F1 2020 gaming content or just F1 content in general, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions for me in regards to the videos I make or just any questions about league racing in general, then leave those in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them when I get a moment. And I actually do enjoy looking at you guys' comments and replying to your comments. So to those that do comment on my videos, thank you very much. Moving into the video, this was actually a few weeks ago at Bahrain. So this was the second time we were at a proper circuit this season after Japan. If you haven't watched the first race of the season in Japan, I'd highly suggest you go and check that out. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Moving on to qualifying now, you can see here coming out just to start our run. One thing I want to mention about qualifying in league racing in general is actually the pressure side of things. A lot of people on the outside watching probably won't really take into account how much pressure that a lot of people feel under, including myself, in qualifying sessions. So coming into this session, I didn't actually feel so much pressure. I feel like that was based on the fact that I'd had less practice, which probably doesn't make sense, but I guess less practice kind of meant less expectation. And compared to, for example, time trial laps and practice qualifying laps that I put in generally week by week, I feel like the fact that there wasn't any of that, it kind of helped me going into the session just with a clear mind, not really with any main target for qualifying, just to do as best as I can and go as quickly as possible.
Big adventure.
Yeah.
So just coming through the final corner there, you can see we're about to set our first lap in qualifying, and it's going to be a 125.1. And you can see on the top left, that has put me in P4 at the moment, just ahead of IGK Grill, who, if you don't know, is a reserve in our league and is also an esports challenger. So it was really, really good to hear that he was going to be taking part in this race. As myself personally, I really, really enjoy taking on those that are supposed to be the best at the game. So it was going to be a very interesting challenge, something I was really up for.
Lap 25.3.
Okay, Loki 25-1. Good job, guys. And Willem, you won't believe who is in chat in ERO. Your mother joined chat.
Who is he?
Your mother joined the chat.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
In ERO.
Mitä vittua? I need to check it out.
She wrote Onneaki-san.
Bruh.
So about to start my final lap here in qualifying. 40 seconds on the clock, currently in P8. I'm going to leave you guys to enjoy a lap of the Bahrain International Circuit, and I'll be back at the end. So coming across the line there, it was a 124.8 for my best lap in qualifying, and that was enough for P6 on the grid. I'd say I was fairly satisfied with the lap. I don't think there was too much time to find. I feel like the place I could have found the most time was probably the first sector. Well, no, not probably the first sector. It was definitely the first sector, as I don't think I maximized, I think maybe turn 3 to the best I could have done. But even so, P6 was definitely a good starting place. And also being very, very close to par. I think this is probably my best qualifying session of the season so far, being, I think, just over a 10th off of pole position here in Bahrain.
Middle sector, you gained like 110. Yeah, that was crucial. That was very good.
Yeah, 36.4.
Between P6 and P4, yeah, that's like literally thousands. Oh my.
Yeah, my first
So,
sector was a little bit off.
good qualifying session for low-key, for realize. No.
No,
The
it
whole
was
grid, the whole grid
quality.
covered by 4 temps only though. 3 temps between first and 15th. Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I
That's
look at
crazy.
pole even 4,000th. I didn't even realize that. My design got pole by 4,000th. So just pulling off for the formation lap here. You can see we've got ourselves in good company with Julian, the championship leader, directly to my left, and obviously IGK Grill directly ahead. So starting in P6, hoping to have a lot of battles. You can see for fun in the Ferrari actually spins out on the formation lap. Battling all these guys, very, very quick guys, up ahead and also behind, with Axe just behind me and Maxwell also lining up in P8. So a very, very good race in store. A lot of entertainment, I'm sure, to come on the way. Remember, if you like this video, hit the like button. Also, if you've got any questions, comment. I'll be sure to answer those questions. So without further ado, I'll leave you guys to watch the start of the race, and I'll be back very, very soon. Whoa! What just happened? Was that Maxwell?
I don't
What
know.
happened? I think it was Maxra. Okay, we'll at P11. Good.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
So coming to the end of lap 1 here, you can see we've managed to maintain our position, P6, after getting a pretty good start off the line, but getting a little bit distracted by some Maxwell lag into turn 1. You can see here now going into turn 1, I have a little look up the inside of Fafana just to throw him off his line a little bit, and he locks up, and you can see he gets out of shape on the exit of turn 2. So I use my ERS and make the move stick fairly easily, and that's me up into P5 now. You can see really the front 5 cars here are quite even on pace at this point in time. So it's looking like it'd be a fairly good battle in store in the early stages of this race here in Bahrain.
Nice overtake, Loki.
Out, Mike, out.
Yeah. Brad and Yagijan in front of you, Loki's got big fight.
Yeah, they're fighting, all 3 of them. Moving on to lap 3 now. You can see here, coming into the final sector, There's a few cars up ahead starting to battle. I think that's IGK Gwil and FRL Bread. You see Gwil locks up and goes a little bit wide. So these cars, the fight is starting to get quite intense. And myself, I'm just hanging back, trying to wait for the best opportunity to get involved here on lap 3, heading into lap 4.
We're leading our teammate by 4.2 seconds.
Nice, Loki. Good job.
Whoa, shit.
Fuel target is +2. Let's move
What
to
happened?
+2,
The damage?
please.
No.
Okay.
Fuck.
What the fuck?
Nothing. So as you saw, I managed to gain the position from Gwil in the first sector, but unfortunately, after Julian went for the move on FRL Bread, I kind of decided to hang back a little bit in the braking zone, and Gwil managed to make the move around the outside. So very, very fair play to him. It was an overtake I did not see coming. But that would not be the end of it, as I was still very, very close on his tail and wanted the position back here on lap 4, heading into lap 5.
Oh, time out. It's fun.
Okay, clear.
It's a win for me. Look at
That's
already
big
3
win.
seconds.
Yeah, I can see it already, but... Yep.
So going for the move up the inside there, we made a little bit of contact and somehow I kept the car from spinning. But again, fair play to Gwil. He managed to keep the position around the outside with some very, very aggressive but fair defending. You can see he's getting a little bit out of shape there. So really it was race on at this point. As you can see, all the lead cars are within just a few seconds. But at the same time, all this battling that we are doing will be putting us at a disadvantage to some of the drivers that started outside the top 10. For example, my teammate Vilzu, who started on the hard compound tyres. And obviously around certain tracks where tyre wear is a bit higher, the alternate strategy can be a very, very big advantage, as he'd be going from the hard tyres to the mediums and we'd be going from the softs directly to the hards for a one-stop strategy. This battling did allow some of those cars to stay a lot closer to us than I feel like they would have been without us fighting so much. So at this point, strategy was really starting to open up, and I felt like we had to kind of stop battling a little bit and really focus on keeping these tyres in shape for the rest of the stint here in Bahrain.
Tobias said that around 20 laps the hards can last.
Yeah, easily. So Loki, it would be good until lap 9, at the end of lap 9, to pit.
Axe is
Axel's
pitting
pitting, is going for the undercut.
Push hard on the inlet.
Oh my.
So as you heard there, Axa, the car behind, made the decision to pit one lap early and go for the undercut. So basically he'd put on the new set of hard tyres, and whilst, as you can see, we're all here struggling on the softs, he would have the advantage on the opening lap. So he's basically made that move in an attempt to see how many places he can make up by trying to jump us whilst we're still here struggling on lap 8. But as you can see by the cars up ahead, we're all kind of starting to struggle. So this is around the time where we're going to start thinking about a pit stop. These tyres feel horrific. Oh, Gills is on the hards.
Yeah.
You can win
Yeah.
this race, you know.
He can.
These guys, we've been battling like crazy out here.
Yeah, because the
Don't
front...
pressurize me, man.
No pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. You're on race.
You've got good
Oh,
pace,
tyres
both
are
of you
dead,
guys.
tyres
so-
are dead, tyres are dead after pit.
Okay, pit this lap, Loki then.
Oh, Julian lost. Oh, he lost the rear. His tyres are finished as well. He almost put that in the barrier. So coming into the pits here at the end of lap 8, you can see there that Gwil made a very, very late decision to not pit. So he was on his way into the pit lane, but really at the last second he chose to change his mind. And you can see all the leaders, Yagijan, Bread and Julian, also pitting. You can see Julian in the pit box right behind me as we're all setting the hard tyres. And the game actually releases me early enough, but for some reason it slows me down and I ghost back behind Julian. So I thought I'd gained the position, but it was still behind Julian. You can see going past at the top of your screen is Axa, who managed to pull off the undercut on those hard tyres. So he must have gained about maybe 2 seconds on that outlap, really showing how much we were struggling on those soft tyres on the last lap there on lap 8. So now finding myself having lost the position in P14. Obviously a lot of cars still yet to stop, including my teammate who chose to start on the hard tyres. And obviously that battling that we were doing in the early phase of the race really gave him a massive advantage, as now he could really extend his stint and put on those medium tyres at the end and be a lot quicker than all of us that set the hard tyres. So really at this point in the race it was about pulling off the crucial overtakes and trying to find a consistent run of pace. Also DRS is something that's very important around this track, as if you find yourself out of DRS detection to the car ahead, you will find yourself losing a lot of time.
Yule is pitting.
Moving on to lap 10 now. Just watch the top right of your screen. You're going to see IGK Gwil on his way out of the pits after extending his stint by 1 lap. And he's now managed to set the hard tyres. I believe he's lost the position also to Julian. You can see I'm right on his tail. So we're actually going wheel to wheel down to the end of the first sector. And I've got the position, but as I'm trying to make my way around the outside, really the bumps on that corner unsettled the car, and I really don't manage to get the initial turning that I wanted, which led to me going wide and having to concede the position. So I was quite frustrated with that one, as that was a very key moment in the strategy of this race. So coming on to lap 12 here, really I almost lost the car twice in the first corner. I'm not sure you can tell, but I wasn't finding it as comfortable here on these hard tyres, and I feel like that might be down to the lack of practice that I had for this race. But you can see up ahead Julian and Axa going wheel to wheel. So Julian getting past Axa means that, and also you can see Gwil coming alongside Axa, it means that it's becoming more and more urgent for me to stay close to this group, as I believe at this point Axa was probably the slowest out of the 4 cars. Obviously he managed to get ahead with the undercut, but Julian getting past and Gwil lining up a move meant that I needed to start to think about lining up a move of my own very soon here on lap 12. So coming on to lap 14 here, we're entering the final sector. And for about a lap and a half, I decided to charge up a bit my ERS and try to line an overtake on Gwil, as I felt like he was struggling to get past Access. So I thought, let me just hang back a little bit and charge up as much ERS as possible to line up the assault that you're about to see here on lap 15.
We're trailing our teammate by 18.8 seconds.
Fucking no, mate. So as you saw there, the move was unsuccessful, as Gwil pushed me off the track and actually almost into the gravel. Well, to be fair, I dipped my front right wheel into the gravel, which meant that I also had to come off the power in order to avoid spinning and crashing out of this race. So it was very hard defending from Gwil there. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You take it and you move on with it. But the only problem was I'd used quite a lot of my ERS in comparison to Gwil at that point to try the attack. So he now knows that his urgencies, his levels have basically gone up. So he knows he needs to get past Axe. Otherwise, I'm going to keep trying to get past here on lap 15. as you can see now, we've moved to lap 19, and Will finally managed to get past Axel in the first sector of this lap, which gave me the green light also to go and attack you. We'll also be able to see that I've managed to recharge my ERS just to around just below 50%. So about to use it all here in an attempt to get past Axel and make sure that I stay in Will's DRS, as that is a very, very key part of this race, as if you're not in the DRS, you will lose touch to any of the cars up ahead.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
Oh, that fucking corner. I hate it so much, man.
Nice battle.
Nice bottle.
So once again, turn 3 proving to be very tricky, as basically the exact same thing that happened with Grill happened there with Axel. I tried to make the move around the outside, but the car just was not stable enough over the bumps in the middle of that corner, and that meant I ran wide, so I wasn't able to pull off the move there again. But now coming on to lap 21, you can see it's going to be a much easier move past Axel down the straight with the DRS wide open, and that's me up into P5 now with 8 laps remaining.
What happened there?
Very good question, man.
So continuing now on lap 21, you can see that my teammate is now in P6, as the 2 cars behind me managed to, I think they made a bit of contact. It was Axel and Luke. They made some contact, and that allowed my teammate to get through very, very swiftly. And obviously, as you may remember, he's on the alternate strategy. So he's currently on the medium tyres, whilst the rest of us out in front are on the hard. So at the moment, he's got a lot more grip and is supposed to have a lot more pace at this point in the race. So you're going to see coming down the straight, I'm not going to fight him too hard, and I let him past in the DRS zone, and would rather like to stay in his DRS so he can kind of pull me closer to Gwil and Julian ahead, as Gwil also managed to pull out a gap whilst I was battling with Axel of around 2.5 seconds, which obviously means that I'm not in the DRS zone, whilst he has the DRS from Julian. So he's basically being pulled along by Julian in this time. So the best bet really was staying behind my teammate and using as much DRS as possible, up until the point where really his tyres are just way better and he can pull off into the distance and really catch those cars ahead and apply as much pressure as possible.
I'm just trying to stay on your DRS so we can pull away from Axel.
Yeah. That'll be fine.
So coming to the end of lap 22 now, you can see I've managed to stay within DRS range of my teammate, and really I could have actually gone for an overtake here, but that's not the game we're playing. At this point, really, you can see his ERS lights flashing there, so he's using a lot of ERS to really try and close in on the cars ahead. But at this point, really, it's he's in the best position to score the most points for Racing Point as a team, as he's on those medium tyres, and maybe in the next couple laps, these hard tyres will really start to fall off the cliff and lose pace, and he'll still be in a very good position with those mediums. So it was literally just about staying within DRS and seeing how close he can pull me to the cars up ahead, obviously Gwil and Julian in P4 and P3.
Nice, we're joining the party, so don't use ERS now, Vila.
These tyres are finished.
You know, when you hear me say these tyres are finished, it really, really does mean trouble. You can see the orange icon on the bottom right of your screen, just above the fuel mix. That's really showing that my tyres are coming to the end of their life. Only with a few laps remaining. You can see that the car behind me, Champ, decided to also, well, he started outside the top 10, so he went with the alternate strategy, which means he's on the quicker medium tyres at the moment. Really, I was planning a way to defend his overtake by letting him past here on lap 28. I let him get through quite easily in the DRS zone. But that plan is scuppered by Maxwell on the final lap of the race, as he is currently ghosted as he's a lapped car but is on new soft tyres, so he's going quicker, and he manages to unlap himself, and in unlapping himself he gives Champ the DRS to defend. So you'll see how it plays out here as Max is about to get past Champ on those soft tyres.
Who?
Maxwell.
Max race P17.
As in, he's still in the
He's
lobby.
lost.
So what's he doing then?
I don't know. Will I be patient? Last lap.
So coming into the final lap now, you can see that Max up ahead is about to give Champ DRS, and this
man, you
literally
got
threw
fucking
all my
DRS.
plans into the water, down the drain, as I was thinking I'd get back past Champ here. As you can see, I'm even gaining as he has DRS. I was thinking to use all my ERS and my DRS to get back past and therefore retain P6, but as a result of Maxwell overtaking us, that basically wasn't possible. So coming across the line, my teammate Vilzu managed to finish in 3rd position after what I believe was a crazy battle in the final few corners with the guys up ahead, obviously on the older hard tyres. And I'll leave you to hear his reaction at finishing in 3rd after starting, I believe, P14.
Time! Go! P3! Yeah! P3! Podium! Prime time! Once again! Who is faster now? Who is faster? You are not missing me, mate!
He overtook Jill on last corner. Yes!
So you heard it there, the crazy celebrations as my teammate managed to finish in 3rd position. Great result for himself and great result for the team as well. Personally, finishing P7, I'd say I was quite disappointed based on the start I had. I thought I could have been battling a bit higher up, but the crucial moment was not getting past Axe the first time round after Guil got past him. So that extra lap I spent behind meant that I lost too much time to Guil. I think he managed to pull about a 2-second gap, and at that point you're out of the DRS and you're going to struggle to keep up. So that was the key taking point from this race. But on the other hand, a lot of great battles. Really fun to drive races like that. These are really the best races. It's better than a lot of races where you find yourself just stuck in the DRS train and no overtaking. Some really aggressive wheel-to-wheel stuff there, really showcasing the talent that we've got here in ERO F1 Division. Looking forward now, a few races. Obviously I've already recorded those races, so I know the results. If you actually want to check those out, you can find them on my channel, the live streams. That will be Hungary and Abu Dhabi. I'll be dropping a video next week for Abu Dhabi. That's not one you want to miss. So if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you could hit like. It does show me that you guys enjoy the content I'm making. If you have any comments on the video or any questions you want to ask, feel free. I'll be happy to respond to them. Without further ado, I'll be back next week. Hope you guys enjoy your week. Peace.
Thank you.